Today I'm going to show you some pretty books. Hello everybody, I thought I'd show you some pretty books today. Part of the fun of books is the collecting as well, and I just love books as items. Sometimes even when I'm too tired, too grumpy, have too poor concentration to read, I still like to just enjoy the books and enjoy just having them, feeling them. You know, book collecting is an absolute joy. So I thought I'd share some pretty ones that I've bought recently, not so recently. I don't think they're ones I've shown you before, but ones that I just really enjoy the covers of. I enjoy them as objects. I love the art. And yeah, I just wanted to share them. I'm going to start by showing you a few that just arrived today. Now, these I haven't read yet, obviously, because they've literally just come through the door, but these are all from Goldsborough, and they're ones I'm really looking forward to reading this year. We have A Song of Legends Lost by M.H. Ayinde, and she has her debut. I believe it's the first of a trilogy, and this is actually the second copy I have of it because I didn't think it was going to get to me on time and I really wanted to read it. So I have a standard copy as well. This one has the beautiful stenciled or painted, decorated edges. And yeah, it's the Goldsborough edition, so it's all nice and has a bookmark and it's all lovely and signed and very orange. So that's one that I'm looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into later. I'll probably just read the standard edition and keep this one nice on my shelf. I've also got the Goldsborough edition of The Devils, which I don't know if I've shown you before, but I have two other copies of this. I recently met Joe Abercrombie at an event in Nottingham. He's very funny. He's got this kind of self-deprecating, fake arrogant kind of persona that is just so charming. And yeah, he was such a good laugh and every bit as entertaining as I hoped he would be. Absolutely love him. And yeah, this is his new book. So this one's got the blue edges. The Broken Binding Special Edition has been completely redesigned. This one just has a standard dark blue cover. I think the Waterstones edition is the same design but a different colour on the front. Sorry about the shine. Obviously they all come in their nicely wrapped nicely wrapped dust jackets. So that's another one I'm looking forward to. And you'll have seen me unbox the Illumicrate version of this one, but I got the Goldsborough version of the Raven Scholar. I probably would have known that the Illumicrate if I'd actually paid attention, but I tend to like to not give myself too many spoilers. So this is a very nice edition as well. All three of these books are very high up on my wanting to read list. I've got a little bit of a backlog going on at the moment with my April-May reading. I've got about 8 to 10 books that I'm still kind of trying to get through, trying to read the International Booker books before the winner is announced so that I can have a good go at guessing it for you. I think I pretty much got my prediction already for that one. I've also got a couple of fantasies on the go, a couple of non-fiction, still reading about Istanbul after having a wonderful time there. There was obviously the video I did from when I went book shopping in Turkey, which was fantastic. So yeah, I've got far too many books on the go at the moment, and some of them are turning out to be fantastic, but I will be telling you all about those at the end of the month when I do my monthly wrap up. Let's see what else I've got. One thing I absolutely love is these new Agatha Christie covers. Now these are books that I think I definitely have a copy of Dumb Witness already, but look at this. It's got the little fox terrier on the front, it's got the little stairs. If you've seen and it's even got a little bottom on the back. It's just an absolutely lovely edition and it's so cute. How could I possibly, even my mum didn't get annoyed at me for buying this. She agrees that it's a charming book that needs to be on my shelf. So yeah, I'm going to stick that face out. This dog, Bob, is a key character in this book, and if you've seen the version for television with David Suchet, there's a great line, I don't know if it comes from the book, I think it's probably written for TV, where he turns to Hastings and he says, "What make of dog is this, Hastings?" And it's just adorable. So yes, this is, I regret nothing. And then when I got this, I had to get this very irreverent looking cat that has, yeah, so the pigeon, obviously like chaos, and the cat's just there looking like, what? What are you looking at me for? And again, little kitty bottom on the back. I just thought those two together was so, they just make such a lovely pair of books. So these are definitely ones for collection rather than, I mean, I will read them, but they're ones for my shelf because you've even got the little ones on the spine there. I just couldn't resist. They're absolutely adorable. Huge Agatha Christie fan. I got this one as well. You know what, they've brought out, because it's taken me so long to read all the Poirots and the Miss Marples, they've actually brought out a completely new set of them, and they've done it twice since I started collecting them. So when I first started the series with like The Mysterious Affair of Styles, all the books, all the paperbacks were in kind of a really small petite version. And then they changed them all, so they're all slightly bigger. So I've got like a run of them small, and then a run of them slightly bigger, and then they've changed the designs again, which is very frustrating. I know a lot of my Bookstagram friends, a lot of my Litsy friends, a lot of my Discord friends would very much disapprove. We don't like it when they do different, when they change them so they're not in sequence, but I think I'd probably get in trouble if I just tried buying them all again. So we're just going to have to take it as like a history lesson. This is an absolutely gorgeous cover as well, Towards Zero. I don't believe that this is Poirot or Miss Marple. I think it might even be Tommy and Tuppence or something. It's got the birds, and these are just lovely items. I tend to prefer paperbacks, but look at that. How can you expect me to resist such beauty, such splendour? Another book that I bought, and I've no idea if this book is any good because I've never heard of it, but I bought this book solely on the cover. And then I did the same thing again. Now, I don't know much about this one at all. This is The Absinthe Underground by Jamie Pacton. Look at that. It's just so delicious. And I think we've got some magical potion looking absinthe there in the middle. We've got a very, very beautiful back to the book there. Oh, it's just magical. And I think there's a little signed book plate there that I'm going to have to insert at some point. Underneath we've got a lot of green, but it's like the sort of thing you get in video games that you have to collect. It has got edges. And like I say, I have no idea what this is going to be about. I'm guessing it's going to be where you walk, I'll be right at your side. I'm guessing kind of romantasy type or historically vibes going on. What a beautiful cover. So this was completely a cover purchase. And I believe there's a prompt in one of the reading challenges, which is a book you bought just because of the cover. That would definitely fit. And then they do it again. So this is the absolute same book, Absinthe Underground. Queer Belle Epoch Fantasy of My Dreams, says Alison Saft. Moulin Rouge meets Holly Black in a thrilling sapphic friends to lovers romantasy. Wow. And look at that. It's just, the artwork is just so Art Nouveau. Little Art Nouveau. It reminds me of all my favourite video games, you know, BioShock. Absolutely in love with the cover. I hope it doesn't disappoint. And like I say, I'm hoping for vibes on that one. Speaking of romantasy, see, I bought this one on the cover because I liked it. And I'm not sure if it's changed colour or if it was orangey when I first got it. But the reason why I bought this one isn't so much the cover, because this is The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, and this redesigned cover for Fairy Loot is very, very beautiful. I don't know if you can see it fully there, but the reason I got this edition was not the actual dust jacket itself, but what lies beneath it. Oh, look how dreamy it is. Look how dreamy. It's like Alice in Wonderland goes to large country house with lanterns and flowers, and like it's just so much better than the dust jacket. And then not only that, but we have gorgeous end papers as well. It all just looks like a magical fairy tale. The only thing I don't like about it is these foxgloves. Luckily the foxgloves are blurry so you can't see them. Anyone who knows me or has known me since childhood knows that I hate foxgloves. It's a long story, don't ask. The original dust jacket is actually available if you did want to reverse it. So yeah, that's the Fairy Loot version, and again, cover purchase, or more like a what lies beneath the cover purchase. And again, I'm not talking about the books today, I'm just showing you them. This is very much an aesthetics style video, but if you see the artwork and you think that's for me, obviously you can look them up and let me know what you think. I will eventually be reading them. Speaking of redesigned covers, I think this is an Owl Crate one. A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I have probably about 3 copies of this book, and this one's my favourite, so I may pass on the other ones, because this one is just divine. You've got castles, unicorns, and it just elevates the whole thing. And it does have a bit of a cover edge. It's got the goose. Again, you've got that fairy tale feel. It's just very, very beautiful and makes me want to get lost in a fairy story. We've got some end papers, unicorn riding. And speaking of, there we go, we've got the nighttime unicorn out the back. Is it a unicorn? Is that an ear or a horn? Could be either. Either way, speaking of T. Kingfisher, they've recently released, bear with me. Yeah, when it comes to whole series of books that I've bought more than once by mistake, look at this series. Look at these. Paladins, various Paladin plus something else. But it's just the covers. Like, if you haven't seen these, absolutely irresistible. Bought the whole lot twice by mistake. They all turned up on publication day, and I have no regrets. I read the first line of one of these before deciding. You're seeing a bit of a theme, aren't you? The kind of fantastical, slightly historical looking ball gowns, all of that sort of thing. It's irresistible to me. These are beautiful. I can't wait to read them. I've got a couple of other romantasy ones in my pile, but that's because people tend to do beautiful special editions. This one I'm not sure whether the book's going to be any good, but I like the cover. Never Fall for a Dragon by Lola Glass. I have heard of the author. I'm not sure if this is going to be monster erotica. Not sure how I feel about people dating dragons. I'm not sure if that's actually even the premise. But I'm not sure if they're humanoid dragons or if it's going to get a bit weird. We'll have to find out. Again, this is an absolutely beautiful edition. The only thing I don't like about some of these editions is the font and the printing can look a little bit amateurish, like it's just been kind of typed out. And I'm not a huge fan of the type, and also it's a little bit difficult to read. This is, I think, is this Bookish Box? Let me check. Fabled with a D, exclusive edition. So yeah, so it's not a book box that I subscribe to myself, and I think they're an Australian press. So yeah, we'll have to see what I think of the quality of the book. But as if I was going to resist that cover, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Following on with pink stuff, we've got possibly the most beautiful edition of Olivia Blake's Masters of Death. The original cover is pale green and it's got little skulls on it. This one, we've got full skeletons in shiny with kind of kaleidoscopic looking designs there on the slip case, and whoop, everything lovingly coordinated in bright pink. This is probably one of the prettiest books I own in terms of aesthetic. So, and it's got all the skulls in blue and pink. Again, the type's okay on this one. I'm so fussy, but I just can't get enough of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I think Olivia Blake is one of the authors that I have, it's the author that I have the most books by and yet have not read anything by. I think it's because they just do so many special editions, and I keep thinking, oh, I'll read them all, I'll read them all, and then they're not really high on my radar because I've not got a lot of, not a lot of my book friends are reading them. So yeah, I will have to give them a go. But what an edition, and I'm not actually sure which edition this is. I think this might be Bookish Box. I can find out. Nice end papers too, just saying. Quite a lot of skeletons. Yeah, this one is the Bookish Box with ish in brackets. So Bookish Box. They obviously do very snazzy. Did I just say snazzy? Oh my goodness. You get the impression. This one might be a Bookish Box one as well. Let me have, oh no. Moonlight book box. Another book box I've not heard of, but I think they do romantasy. This was a cover purchase, and again, the cover is absolutely stunning, but the typeset is a little bit amateurish and iffy looking. But look at this! Slaying the Shifter Prince. And again, we have the gilded front, very shiny, lots of fairy tale vibes, almost kind of stained glass window vibes, random tiger on the back, and some very lovely illustrations on the back and the front. I think this is probably going to be a bit of a saucy one. And again, I'm not a huge fan of these big words and the print, but I don't know, it's just a taste thing, I think. It's not bad though. And again, we have the edges to match. I don't see this book around a lot of places, but I just fell in love with the cover, and when I saw a copy on Vinted, I snapped it up. And again, I think it's romantasy, or maybe just romance. Although it's got the words bones and dust on the backs and curse, so yeah, probably romantasy. There's probably some magic in there somewhere. So I was reading some Edgar Allan Poe a couple of years ago, and I never really finished the short story collection because it was bumming me out. It was just, everybody just kept getting bricked up under the patio, or not the patio, but you know what I mean? Everyone got bricked up. I'd read like 3 or 4 stories, and at least 3 of them had people getting bricked up in them. It's kind of like his thing. And I don't know why actually I do know why I bought this. I bought this book entirely based on the cover, because basically vintage classics, are these Virag? Sorry, I'm trying to find the publisher. Vintage Classics have brought out a series, I think there's about 10 of these, and they're all gorgeous and they look particularly gorgeous together, but obviously I can't buy 10 books I already have. But this one, The Fall of the House of Usher, is just psychedelic, trippy. You've got the Corinthian columns, you've got the mushrooms, you've got that super colour scheme, and it's just glorious. You've got the kind of marbled effect on the edges, which is a theme throughout all of them, and on the end papers, and it's just delightful. I don't know whether it's got the same I think it's got different stories to the other one I have. Yeah, it's got a couple of them. In fact, this one's actually got way more than the other version I've got. So yeah, we'll have to see if Edgar Allan Poe can redeem himself in my eyes. But I did find his last one was a little bit grim. Speaking of classics, these painted editions are new as well, and they're from Harper Muse. This one's The Great Gatsby. They're kind of very kind of almost impressionistic paintings, all very, as they say on Landscape Artist of the Year, all very loose painterly techniques, as it were, and I just love them. And let's just say gold and silver edges are the new sprayed edges in my opinion. I am a big fan. So yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous, and I think there are illustrations throughout as well. I don't know how heavily they feature. I still haven't read The Great Gatsby. There are two classics, well, three classics that come up time and time again and again that I haven't read. One's The Great Gatsby, one's Animal Farm, and the other one is Frankenstein. I haven't read those three. There are lots of kind of longer classics that I haven't read, but those are the three that everyone seems to have read except for me. And I really need to tick those off the bucket list. So which version of The Great Gatsby shall I read? I do have more than one. Does this surprise you? Probably not. This one is the return of Sherlock Holmes, and again we've got a same sort of theme. We've got a painted scene on the front, and it's continued all the way around to the back. And no matter what you think of Sherlock Holmes, I know that one of my favourite authors, Stuart Turton, thinks that has some not very complimentary things to say about our pal Sherlock, but it looks like a jigsaw cover. It looks like a jigsaw puzzle. And again, I think this is the adventures, and this is the return of Sherlock Holmes. So I think I already have a version of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, which I found somewhere for quite cheap. This is the later short stories, if I am not mistaken. But what a cover. What a beautiful item to have on my shelf. I'm very, very happy with my purchase. And the third one, again, I was talking about classics that I haven't read yet. We have Frankenstein. Looks like a Munch painting, doesn't it? That kind of slightly swirly layered landscape. And the world was to me a secret which I desired to divine. And again, I just absolutely love these editions. And they've got illustrations throughout. I would have them all, but unfortunately I do not have the resources to buy infinite books, much as I would like to. Oh, I do love books. I just like the cover of this one. This is Firebird by Juliet Cross, and again this is the Fairy Loot edition. And this one I'm not hugely impressed with the rest of it, but I just really love this particular version, redesigned cover. The end papers are all right. They do look a bit like every single other romantasy out there, but I did think that the cover was something a bit special. So yeah, and I'm guessing there's going to be dragons in that one. I may have shown you this one before. I'm so excited about this one. Starling House. I believe it's a haunted house type book. Love that kind of thing. And this is the Illumicrate version, which I unboxed a while back, and I've been meaning to read it since it first came out. But the thing I love about this is that the dust jacket is transparent. So you've got the design on the dust jacket, and then underneath you've got like the house itself, which, and then you, like I say, then you get the extra birds as an overlay. And I just think that's really nifty. Nifty? Oh my goodness. Again, I absolutely love the edges, and I've heard very good things about this one. I'd have thought looking at it that it was going to give me Dark Academia vibes, but Alex E. Harrow has done the Once and Future Witches, they've done the Thousand Doors of January, and most of those give off kind of a witchy vibe. So yeah, I don't know what this one is going to be like, but I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm going to show you one more book, and this one is so delicious. Again, it's an author I haven't read anything by, but they're quite big in Dark Academia, I believe. I'm going to show you the dust jacket, not dust jacket, what's it called? The slipcase first. We have a bit of a kind of vampire orgy going on here. It's difficult to tell. Yeah, we're getting a bit of a secret history vampire secret history kind of feel for this one, and it's called A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, who I haven't read anything by, and I might even have I think I've got an S.T. Gibson on my Dark Academia shelf. Yeah, I have a Dark Academia shelf, which I'm quite pleased about. But yeah, the cover underneath is this one, and this is the deluxe edition, I believe, from the publisher. That's the back, and again they've gone for silver edges, so which is something that I'm kind of loving at the moment. Gold and silver edges, shiny edges. Now that everything's got sprayed edge, it's just an extra upgrade. And we've got some lovely end papers. This is an absolutely sumptuous book. And like I say, it goes in this gorgeous painted looking slipcase. So yeah, that is going straight on the Dark Academia shelf with quite a few of these others that I am yet to read but can't wait to read. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking about books now and I'm going to actually go and try and read some. I've been rearranging my shelves. I found a load of really pretty ones and I just wanted to let you in on the action. So it's been a pleasure sharing them with you. Let me know if you want to see more of my library. I am planning on doing a full shelf tour once I've got this place sorted, but I've been here for months and it's still a work in progress. So I will catch you all later. Thank you for watching.